Hello and welcome back to another Instagram Live and Artist Stories. I'm Tara Wahab, founder of Lanre Society. Lanre Society is a nonprofit organization that enhances health through art and creativity. We've been operating in the city of Calgary since 2015, and throughout this time we have provided several different public art projects, events, and programs, for which we have received very positive feedback. Since the pandemic has started, we have started a new project that calls Artist Stories on Instagram, and we share artist stories from all around the world and getting to know many amazing artists. Today we have another amazing artist, Lanre Ajayi, who will be joining us from Calgary. While he is going to join us and while other viewers are going to join us, I'm just going to play a song by a Calgary-based band which calls Shadow Play, and the song calls African Tango. Hi.
Wow.
How are you doing, Lanre?
I'm very good on you.
I'm very doing good. Thank you so much. Thanks for accepting our invitation and coming to our show today. It's a
Yeah,
pleasure to have you.
thank
So,
you.
without any further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to start asking, with my questions. Please go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us more about yourself. How long have you been making art, and what kind of art is it that you're making?
Okay, my name is Lanre Ajayi, and I'm from Nigeria, West Africa, and now I'm a Canadian. I live in Calgary. I've been making art as long as I remember while I was in we call it primary school then in my country, which is a version of preschool care. I remember sometimes very vividly. I was at home and I learned something about motif printing, a kind of printing whereby you get a leaf like a maple leaf, and then at the back of the leaf you print them with different kind of colors, and you print them on a paper, and then you have different patterns. You can see the nerves. Let me use the word nerves of the leaves, printed on the paper. And my granny said, "Oh, this is very good." So that is, I can remember far back then. But for me, art has been like a natural gift for me, And then I followed the path, Like I said, art chose me. It was a natural thing for me, and then I pursued it up till university, and then I've been, working on painting, sculpture, graphics, new media, and all sort of art that I do. So for me, I'm a multidimensional artist. I paint, I do fashion, I do printing, graphics, I do a bit of carving, even though I've not carved in a long time. I do sculpture with clay and ceramics and all of that. So I'm just like, to me, it's a natural gift.
That's awesome. So Did you say that you went to art school as well after that, or you just continued kind of like self-taught, or just after school you just continued your work as an artist?
Thank you for the question. I actually studied fine and applied art at university. A major in painting.
Oh,
So basically it wasn't just a gift, but I actually owning on my gift. I went to school to learn more, apart from other trainings I've done, around the world. So I actually study fine and applied art. So
mhm.
it's something that it's not just an hobby, it's a professional life for me.
Of course, of course. When I was trying to make the poster for you, we have also included that you're an actor, because I went to check out your Instagram page and it said that you're actor. Well, when did you start that?
Yeah, thank you very much. That is another part of my life which well, people are getting to see that. I love acting. I love being on movies. And moving to Canada some years back, I was opportune, to be with a good agent, and they've gotten me some roles, on films on Netflix, being on movies on Netflix, other movies. So for me, I love acting. I love, being on the screen. So I've done some background works. I've done some, some leading roles in some movies as well. So it is just part of, for me, it's about creating a platform to share ideas, to share, my knowledge, to tell beautiful stories about life, about our surroundings, about our people, about our culture. That's what I do, basically.
Awesome. And also, again, I'm going to keep going through your resume and CV. You're also the artistic director of Ethnik Festivals. Tell us a little bit more about that. Did you start it yourself, or you're just part of the community of that festival?
Okay, thank you very much. I came into Canada like I said, some years back, and about 6 years, and I, trying to understand what goes on in my community. I'm an African, by nature, and I, in Canada, in North America, February is a month dedicated to celebrate Black History Month,
Mhm.
while in Europe, it's October. Like I said, as we're speaking now, this is Black History Month all over Europe. So looking at around me, I see that in Calgary, there is that not major Black History Month celebration, that can actually showcase our culture, our food, our fashion, our music, our way of life. So, and I've been privileged to be in some other countries of the world. The way it's been celebrated in places like Quebec, in Montreal, in Brazil, Jamaica is huge. So I saw this gap and I said, okay, I'm going to do something, about this. And then I started, an initiative, an organization. It's actually a non-profit organization called Ethnic Festivals, under which we have Ethnic Festival of Art and Culture, which is basically a Black History Month celebration in the month of February. So I, come up with the idea and I sat down and I put some things together and I reached out to people in the community, stakeholders, different individuals within the art sector that this is what I want to do, and it's a lot of work because it took me about 2, 3 years behind the scene to start planning, working on that. And then we had a soft festival in 2019. I coupled that with the fashion show, launching my clothing line called Ethnic. So we did that and we had representation from different communities. And then, at the end of that, the first one in 2019, we knew that yes, the community is actually ready for something big. And then we started planning for 2020. And it was huge. We had it at the Calgary Public Library. And it was so good that we finished the festival barely a month after everything went on lockdown.
Mm.
So just to not to go, so much in the, in talking about this, it's actually, I'm the artistic director, I'm the founder, but for me, the word is so kind of bogus for me. So I prefer to be, the director, the artistic director, just to like be behind the scene, plan it and working on it. And we are planning for 2021 edition, which is going to be huge as well in Calgary and in
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Let's hope that things go well and we can get together and hold these kind of events and festivals. If it's going to be too big, if this pandemic is going to continue, you might have to downsize. But
Of course, as we speak now, we're working in based on the regulation from our border health services.
mhm,
So, we're going to be working hand in hand with the regulations and the authorities to make sure that we have an event, that is safe for the communities, for people to come to attend. Even though we're going to have a limited in-person, festival, we're going to be working on both two dimensions, the virtual festival and also an in-person, an hybrid kind of festival where we're going to have people, watching on their social media handles, and then also going to have a limited in-person, at the venue that we're going to be using.
yeah, that's great. It's good that I think the whole pandemic has been giving us another opportunity to be even more creative.
Exactly.
The more challenges that we're going to deal with, the more opportunity for being innovative and creative. So that's great. I'm really glad to hear that from you.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I'm gonna move on to my next question here. I guess you kind of did touch on it, but if there's more detail you want to add, feel free to go ahead. The
Okay.
question is that why and how did you start making art? But I guess you kind of said that you started doing the printing with
Yeah.
the leaves, but was there any more in there or?
Yeah. So I was doing that while I was in the beginning of my schooling years, with leaves, and I went ahead to high school, and then I had good friends that introduced me to a community of artists back then in a city called Ibadan.
Mhm.
It's the second largest city in Africa, Ibadan. And my friend introduced me to a community center where you have artists from different walks of life. And it's a vocational center where you can come in after school and then you can learn how to do clay works, ceramics works, textile works, carving. And then I got in touch with this place and it was like, wow, this is huge. All I knew was just, painting with colors, watercolors, color pencils, but getting in touch with this community, it's amazing, and I was blown away. And that was when I got introduced to how to work with clay using calling effects, to make pottery, to make flower vases, to make sculpture, using spatula, to smoothen your clay work. I learned about king, how to do firing for your clay, how to make them preserve them, and all of that. And then working with them for years, I had the opportunity to do, a group exhibition with them, in some major, event spaces in Africa. And that actually, formed actually, sharpened my perspective about art.
Mhm.
That is actually a foundational stage where I knew, yeah, this is what I want to do, because as I remember then I was about 15 years old and I started making money, started selling my work. That actually, wow, this is good. I can actually make a living doing this. So that actually was a paradigm shift for me, all through my high school. And then I knew I was going to do this thing full time. And I, went full fledged studying art at the university.
Awesome. That's great. Very good explanation. So, our organization is focused on the health benefits that any creative practice or activity can have for us. So my next question to you is that do you believe that your art practice had, made you a healthy person overall?
Yeah, for me, I have a saying that art is life. Without
Mhm.
art, there's no life. Art gives you wings, gives you the liberty to be who you want to be, to do what you want to do. I'll give you an example. While studying art at the university, at the first and second year, I had to study different kind of, I have to work in different departments, within that. I study, uh, there's a department called, in my school called Environmental Design and Management, under which we have art education and art professionally. So I was under environmental design and management at the University of Ife, called Obafemi Awolowo University Ife. And then at the beginning, I have to study courses in architecture, courses in urban regional planning, estate management, even psychological and biological courses, courses with physiology, basically. And all of that was preparing you, or preparing me and my colleagues to be, know the kind of art we're going to focus on. Now, what is unique about artists is that as an artist, whether you're a painter, or you're a spoken word artist, or you're a poet, or you're a fashion designer, you're not restricted. Unlike architecture, which is also a form of art, you have rules and regulation. As an architect, you're designing a building or whatever you're designing. There are lines, there are rules, there are guidelines. There's a measurement. The house must stay. There was the foundation. There is the first level. You have some parameters that guide you on what to do. As an estate urban regional planner, you have some it involves some drawing too, technical drawings, which you have some regulation. But as an artist, it's different. I can just get my brush and paint. Any stroke of my painting on a canvas, whether it's a mistake or error, it's a design. Yeah. So for me, art is life, and when you can fully express yourself, you can do what you love to do without any kind of restriction or kind of put you in a box to express yourself. You begin it as a way to help your psyche. It affects your whole being, spirit, soul, and body, because you are not, restricted. For example, a lot of folks, their sad days are Mondays. They wake up on Monday and they know, I'm going to work. They're just doing the work. They're just barely doing it just to survive, because they must do it to make money, to live, to pay bills. But for me, as an art, I want to do my thing. I want to express myself, which, of course, at some point, it might be challenging to get your art to be appreciated or accepted or make sales with your art. But if you keep at it and keep doing it and believe in yourself and believe what you're doing, payday will always come. Doors will always open for you.
Exactly, yeah. Passion pays off, definitely. Yeah. And you're right about people going to work every Monday and hating the Mondays, because the job is just a task. It's passionless.
I have a friend. She used to say that, oh, Friday's my best days. Friday's my best day. And I asked why. He said, oh, Friday, I'm off work by 4 p.m. I'm off work. So she's always looking forward to Friday. Friday's my best day because she gets to leave the job and then or the work and then she's free.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes me think, like, what are they working hard on exactly? Why do we have to work so hard if it's putting so much pressure on mental health of all these staff and employees that are hating the job so much? But anyway, let's not get away from our talk here. That was a great answer. Thank you very much for that.
Welcome.
So, what is the theme of your artworks? Does it have a theme at all? And if it does, have you been counting your artworks? Do you know how many pieces have you created so far at all?
Well, I paint, I do fashion, I've been in movies, I do acting, I do storytelling projects through new media. I have a show that I do for the city called My City Speaks to Me, which is a storytelling project that was adopted by Calgary Art Development for the city, basically telling stories about people, places, and events, which I'm in the second season. I have a live chat called the Global Talkative Series, a platform to hang out, collaborate, and inspire one another. And, a lot of things. So when it comes to like counting, I've done several paintings that I've given out. I've sold some. But as I'm talking to you now, I paint for my basement. I'm still working on some paintings since last year, even this year. I have up to like 40 paintings in my basement. I have works I'm doing that is just for painting. I have movies that I'm still writing some script that I'm working on. I have a script for my storytelling projects that I'm doing. So I can, categorically count how many works. But like I said, I am a multi-dimensional artist, I'm that kind of artist that you can't put in a box. Some are like, okay, strictly poetry. Some painter, some musician. But for me, I'm flexible. I have my hands in this and I want to perfect it. So I'm doing that and I'm, doing all sort of, things that comes to me naturally, because when I see, oh, I know, for me, if I can see it in my heart, in my spirit, oh, I can do this, then I can do it. So I paint when I want to paint. I sit down and write, if I want to write something, and I also do sketches of my fashion works, like my creative works, my fashion designs, pieces. I do stuff. So I can't really say, okay, I have 100 pieces of work or 50 pieces of work, but I know I can count my paintings because I know I have canvases that I've primed, the ones I've finished, the ones I'm still working on, and the ones I've not even worked upon. And then I have clothing accessories that I'm working on and the ones that I've finished. That's
But
about it.
these are the ones that are in Calgary.
Yeah.
You probably
Exactly.
have some bunch back home too.
Yes, exactly. I have back in Africa. And what I do is that at times, if friends who are coming in from other countries, I try to give them my artwork, anywhere just to take a piece of what I'm doing to where they're going. For me, it's a way to spread my wings and then to showcase my skills and then bless someone with my gifts, my works.
That's great. That's amazing. I had a question. Okay, I forgot it. It might come back. Okay, my next question to you is that would you like to collaborate with other artists?
That is one of the things I love so much. As an artist, I don't know everything. I don't know it all. I'm not the master of, I can't say, yes, I'm the best in this. I believe so much in the power of collaboration in the sense that when we combine strengths, ideas, resources, we can go better. We can go further. We can go farther. We can do much more than one person can do. So in terms of collaboration, I've always loved that. That's one of the things I do, as a director with Ethnik Festivals. I try to bring artists of all walks of life, different creed, belief system, religion, together to showcase that artistic style, concepts. And I've collaborated with other artists, on stage where one is doing the spoken word, I'm showcasing my painting, or I'm saying something, or I'm singing, or doing something, or being a movie, or whatever. So I love so much. I love, collaboration, that I've done well with my exhibits, and also in my, being on a project with other artists. So it's something I love to do, collaborating with other artists and also working together. It might be probably painting on a mural, which 4 or 5 artists can come together and then, okay, let's do this. So I love that. It's one of the best way to do work of art and then to actually see other artists, through your lenses, see how and what they do and how you can blend together.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like that too. Oh, the question that I had in mind that I forgot was that in regards to being multidimensional artist, do you get any kind of criticism about it?
Okay, yeah. Well, for as a person, if you're doing something and you don't get some form of critique, or you don't get some kind of, okay, why is it like doing this and doing that? If everything you're doing, people, I see criticism as a way that you're doing something right. And some people cannot stand it. Okay, why don't you just stay in this way or do this? I believe, like I said, art gives you freedom, the ability to express yourself. Now, there's no rule or law that says that today you're a painter and you have to be a painter forever. There's no law that says that today, that says that, okay, if you do spoken word, then you have to stay with spoken word. Or there's no rule or law that says that if you are a wood carver or a ceramic artist, then you can't do fashion. So it is people with small mind that will criticize you. Oh, why is it doing this? Why is it doing that? You have to operate on a level that you think higher than where you are. And when the criticism comes, take it with a pinch of salt and then move forward. I don't allow any sort of criticism, especially in coming from negative angle, to disturb me. I'm focused. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And this should be a way for people to trust the process. When you trust the process, the end result always justify. Oh, now I understand what it's doing. That is just the way it is.
Exactly. No, very well said, because I get that a lot too. Like, especially it comes from maybe so-called the artist community or art community, that if you are going to say that, oh, I'm an artist, and then they would say, what kind of art do you do? And then you would say, well, I'm a painter, and I'm a fashion designer, and I'm also a musician, I'm also an actor. And then they would be like, no, I mean, you can't be doing all of this, or if you're doing so many different things, you're probably not professional in any of them, or like that. There's always that kind of mentality and perspective towards it that I personally do not appreciate, and I really agree with what you said and the mentality that you have. And I think it shouldn't be like that. Yes, there are no rules or laws saying that it shouldn't be this way, but you're right. It's the small mind of people, and it's just their own feelings and emotions getting in way, and not wanting to accept that person and with whatever that they're offering to be just that.
As an artist, yes. As an artist, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we should empower each other and not putting each other down because you don't believe it or you don't want to accept it that way. Okay, it's okay. If you want to remain a painter, awesome. Just be a painter. And you can be a very professional painter, and at the same time, you can be a professional musician too.
Yeah, exactly. They said variety is the spices of life. Life would be so boring if everything in this world is white and white and white. All the trees are white, all the houses are white, the roads are white, the cars are white, the clothes are white, the food's white. And, look at now when spring or when fall, and you can see the trees changing the colors. That is nature telling us that variety is the spice of life. And if we can have that in nature, we can have it in individual as an artist. Artists have a sixth sense, in the sense that an average person thinks this way, artist thinks 2, 3, 4 types in different ways. Now, they're seen this way, an artist will see it this way. That is why I believe so much that artists ought to be part of economic, power room of a community. Because when the economists, the accountants, the lawyers, the doctors, and whatever they're talking, they have a kind of way in which they've been trained to think in a certain way.
Yes.
As a lawyer, you train this way, you approach, the manner of approach, the way, like if you're given an instruction in a bank, a lawyer will take time to read all the lines because they are trained to do so. A doctor is trained a certain kind of way. As an artist, we are trained, but at the same time, especially if you have this natural ability to create things, artists are like small God. We create things, we bring things to life. Things that are not existing at all. We just think of something like you're imagining, you're seeing a blank canvas, and then from the blank canvas, you are seeing a landscape. You're seeing it, but other people can't see it. That is a higher way of thinking. You're looking at a log of wood, and then you're seeing a carving of a mermaid in the wood. Others are seeing just a log, but you're seeing a mermaid, you're seeing something you want to carve out of the wood. Now, that is an extra ability as an artist, and that is why we can express ourselves in different ways, and there's nothing wrong in it. You can be a chef as an artist. Your art can be, culture. You can be cooking as an art. You can be, painting. You can be singing. You can be doing fashion. You can be doing modeling. It's all part of creativity, expressing ourselves. We're not putting a lead on ourselves. We're giving ourselves that freedom to be who we want to be.
Very well said. Thank you so much. Well, I guess my next question was that what is your perspective on art and creativity? But you gave a very good explanation. If there is more you want to explain, go ahead.
Yeah, see, we are limited by we're limited by based on our understanding. See, in our mind, there's a power of imagination I've been to the States, I've been to China, I've been to, France, everywhere. I've been to the Eiffel Tower before. But I can close my eyes and see myself on Eiffel Tower through the power of imagination. I can still see it vividly. What I was doing on Eiffel Tower, I was walking on the own steps and all of that. I've been to Guangzhou, I've been to Guangzhou Tower. I've seen that. So we are limited based on the kind of, or we should not allow the world to place a limitation on our ability to express ourselves as an artist. Don't allow the circumstances or what people are saying to put a limitation on how you can express your creativity. Because we're born to express ourselves as an artist. And if you allow what people say or what is in vogue to determine how you do your thing or do your work as an artist to express yourself, then you are limiting the ability you've been blessed with.
Exactly. Very well said. Thank you so much. I just
You're welcome.
made some notes there for myself. So, what are you working on right now?
Good. Thank you very much. My part as a fashion designer, I am actually launching my a limited edition of my mask. Now, I've had a lot of folks ask me at the onset of COVID-19, "Oh, are you going to make some mask with your beautiful African print?" I say, "Yeah, I'm working on something." But for me, I always want to do my research, and then I am different. And that is the way life is. We're not all the same. The palms of our hands, our fingerprints are different all over the world. We are unique in our own way. So I want to do something different. So I've seen a lot of masks. I've seen everything, masks, both the face shield. But I'm working on my mask. It is a multi-purpose mask, which I'm going to be launching towards the end of next week. I actually, when I was talking to the mayor of Caldwell yesterday, I actually sent in a complimentary copy, of my mask, and he actually said down online that, "Oh, there's something I wanted to bring on the show, but I forgot in my office. It's one beautiful mask. I don't even know how to wear the mask because it is called butterfly mask." Butterfly has, when you look at a butterfly, you've seen different patterns and colors on a butterfly. A butterfly is not just one color. You see some different, if you look close to a butterfly, you will see that they have different kind of layers of colors. And now that concept, is an inspiration to do the mask. This mask, number one, automatically, when you're looking for a mask, one of the main things is, number one, we're wearing the mask to protect not ourselves, but to prevent the spread of this coronavirus that has, been affecting our community, our world. So we're wearing the mask, even though it is not convenient, wearing the mask, because life is not designed for us to go like this around. But we have to just try and adjust to what is happening so that we can make our life better and make the communities, safer for one another. So mask number one, protect you or protect the other person. And Mayor said something yesterday, which I'm going to say in his word, said, "If I actually go to wear a mask, I'll probably do it in the most fashionable way that I can." And that is what I'm putting into the mask. It's for those who appreciate fashion and style, want to be on the cutting edge, because the mask gives you, the mask that I'm making called the ethnic butterfly mask. It's a multi-purpose mask in the sense that it is a mask, number one. It is a cravat or bandana for men. It's actually an headscarf for women. It is also a bikini scarf for ladies, and it's also a cravat, for men. The pocket square for men who wear suits, and also a kind of neck, bow necktie for women. So those things, all of those things, you're gonna see them in the pictorial images. I've done a lot of beautiful photo shoots, which I'm gonna releasing them, late next week. So it's coming out. That's what I'm working on now. Ethnic butterfly mask. It's a multi-purpose mask, and you get to see it.
Nice. Do you have any around to show us right now?
I do. Okay, I'm just gonna, for the purpose of this show, let me just get one, and then, okay, I'm just gonna grab some because, I have them Uh, this is the first time. This is the first time I'm going to be showing this live. I have not. So this is how they look.
Nice.
So this is how they look.
Beautiful. So do you want to demo one of them and just show how it's
Yeah,
going to be worn?
actually. So I'm gonna just remove my earpiece so that I can just. Do you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
So this is how it's gonna look like.
Okay.
Now you can see
Yeah, okay.
butterfly,
Uh-huh.
and then you can see this is the proof that it's from Ethnik.
Nice.
So you have this way. Now behind there's a Velcro. So it goes this way. And then you have the mask. This is the mask,
Okay.
basically. Now, if you have a jacket, let me get a jacket.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Nice. It's perfect for Calgary's weather.
Yeah, and also because of the winter is coming. So now this is the mask. To turn it to a bandana or cravat, you remove this
Mm-hmm.
and then you fold this inside.
Okay. There we go.
And it's all in.
Nice.
Inside for you as, for a jacket in the inside. And then for ladies, for to become a scarf for ladies, you have it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Now it comes a scarf like that. And then you can fold it all together. And then you have it as a pocket square in
Yeah.
your pocket here. You're going to see a lot of that coming into the picture by the time I release the mask into the public space. And I'm doing limited, quantities,
Nice.
basically because it's a little bit pricey, and I'm not apologetic about the price because the thought process, and then it's going to be kind of exclusive. You're going to get a one of each. So if
Nice.
you're going to be ordering, you're going to be having this particular one, you can probably have like two of that made, and then I'm not going to make any other two of this piece. You're going to see them, all of them are different ones.
Nice.
So
So
one
does
of
it
each
come
or two
with
of
the
them.
instruction as well of how to fold it for different ways of doing it?
Yeah, but I'm going to release the pictures of how everything will be used.
Okay.
So it's very easy, it's very simple. With the pictures, pictures, gives you an idea of, oh, this is how it's going to be used. So I've got some amazing models, that will work together on the photo shoot that will give you a very simple guide on how to wear the mask. And because winter is coming, you get something that will wrap around your neck.
Yeah.
And still keep you warm while the winter is, while the winter. So it's kind of like cool for me. I love it. So I've been wearing it, and I've had cool. This is good. How can I get? I say, don't worry. Very soon it's going to hit the market, and it's just going to be on my social media handles. And then anybody interested will just send me a DM or something, and then we're going to make it customized for each client.
Beautiful. I've seen your other patterns and designs too for your clothing that you had. You have those pants that you used to wear. I think you're still wearing them. Do you have any female models of those too?
Yes, I have females models. I make clothes for both sexes. For everybody, male, female, whatever you are, whatever your gender, I make clothes for everybody. So In one of my videos on my YouTube channel, Lanre Ajayi, where when I launched my clothing line in 2019, Ethnic, there's a video, ethnic fashion show. So I had models from every part of, from every ethnicity in Canada, and also for the first time in 2019, I introduced model people with disabilities on the runway, which
Nice.
is kind of the first of its kind in Alberta.
Yeah.
I remember it's been done in New York Fashion Week, but I did that first in Alberta. Having models, with mental disabilities and as part of my models. So I make clothes for everybody. But
That's
for now, I am not really. I launched the clothing line. I'm just doing based on. I'm not because being a fashion designer, it's a lot of yeah there's a lot of capital, it's a kind of capital intensive in the sense that you need to have a lot of you know liquid cash to turn in different clothes for each weather. So what I do now is I do clothes, based on kind of bespoke kind of a thing. But that is why I am launching the mask, which is not going to be so much carbon intensive for me to do. But hopefully at some point I can actually, do my fashion full fledged. So most of my fashion, you see them on myself, on my family, or some few friends.
very limited editions then.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. So, my next question to you is that what are your recommendations for those people who want to start making art?
Number one, art can be learned. You can learn to be an artist, but what you need as a tool is the interest. You must have the desire. The proof of pursuit, or the proof of desire, is pursuit. That is basic. The proof of desire is pursuit. That means if you desire something so strong enough, you must be willing to pursue it.
Yes.
So for some, art comes natural to them. For some, they love the art. And then people should understand that art is not limited to working with paint and brush on a canvas, or working with a metal construction, or doing spoken word. Your art can be maybe collecting different kind of iconic symbols, like yours can be making quilts. Yours can be, I have a friend, she makes she's called custom footwear. She's in Calgary. She actually paints on 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 trainers, white trainers, and she just customized the trainers, do some artworks on them, and that is how she's making our own art. So art is not just paint and brush and drawing. It goes beyond that, and we see that expressed in different ways. Yours can be digital art. You can just be working on graphics, all and all. Yours can be music, of course. That is an art that is generally accepted. Yours can be cooking. I've got there's a lady in Nigeria that uses raw food to make her art. She just collect rice, beans, different kind of nuts, different kind of grain, different colors, and some fruit and vegetables, and intricately arrange them in form of a portrait or a landscape, and then after wipe them off. That is our own kind of expression.
Yeah.
That's our own kind of art. Some basically they can just try to weave different things on clothing. So, like I said, you must have the desire. I must be willing to pursue that desire.
Exactly.
That is the proof. So the proof of desires, you have to pursue it. And when you pursue it, you get it. So for those who want to create art and you don't see yourself because you don't know how to draw, how to paint, that doesn't make you not an artist. Yours might be cooking, or you just make people laugh, spoken word, or stand-up comedian or something.
Yeah.
So do it. Do what comes to you naturally. Don't try to, it's painting. Oh, I don't know how to paint. No. For me as a painter, I do abstract paintings. That's what comes to me naturally. I'm not a kind of realistic painting. Realism, I don't do so much. Even if I have to do it while I was in school, I did it in school. But for me, it's not my area. I love to be, to be free when I'm painting. That's another thing. When you're doing a portrait, you gotta like make sure that the nose is like symmetrical, the eyes, the mouth, and the ear. You can't just put the hair on the head and the eyes here. So you have to like make sure that okay, you're putting everything together. But for me as an artist, I do abstract painting. I just want to be free with my brush and the strokes and whatever I'm doing. So just have to like do what comes to you naturally and do it well.
Do it well.
And don't worry that oh, I'm not doing it perfectly. No, art, it's not meant to be perfect. Art is meant to be great. And like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The beauty of art is in the expression that comes through you naturally and expressed on the canvas, on the cloth, on the floor, on the wall, on the screen. Let the world be your stage and then get on stage and, perform.
Very well said. I have a few more questions left. Let me quickly check our time here. Okay, it's 11:46. We have about 14 more minutes left, and I have 3 more questions left. So
Okay.
I think we should be good. My next question to you is that who are you most inspired by for yourself and your art? Who encouraged you the most?
Well, I have some mentors from afar. Like when it comes to digital and media art, I love Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is someone that has done what I'm aspiring to do as a new media artist, as a digital artist, as an artist who loves to express him or herself on the big screen. Tyler Perry has broken a lot of barriers, and I respect him. It's like a big brother. I followed him, on all social media. I celebrate him a lot. So he's kind of role model for me, and it inspires me a lot because he's been there, he's done it, against all odds. It's winning, man, big time. It's breaking barriers. So that in a way inspires me. And then when it comes to other aspect of art, nature is my inspiration. I get a lot of inspiration from nature. I look around me and I see, like, look at what is happening with the fall. The trees are changing colors. I was listening to the news yesterday, and there's a place in Toronto where there's an area, a drone shot of a particular area with different kind of massive expanse of trees, but in different color tones: orange, burnt umber, cream, yellow, green, red, fire red, and all spread around. Now, look at inspiration, and I look at nature and I get inspired. At times, look at the sky. Yesterday, I was outside my house looking at the sky in the morning, and it was like kind of orange, kind of bronze, yellow, orange, and it's in the morning, like around 6:30 in the morning. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So nature, naturally, I get inspiration. I look at the seas and the oceans when I'm flying and look down from the plane, and wow, look at this big building. It looks like very tiny Legos kind of a thing. So I get inspiration from nature, from that is another one, and then also from humans. Humans are actually acting a script that is never ending. Human beings, we are all actors and actresses, whether you like it or not. Like I said, the world is our stage, and we're all performers. Now, you can be extrovert, you can be introvert. Whichever your temperament is, we are all performing a script that is never ending. You see a lot of things happening in the political world, other side of the border. In Canada, you see this happening in the government. You see that happening in this political party. You see the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter. All of these things are happening in my country. There's this war against police brutality. See, we are all part of a bigger picture. We are all acting a script. Who wrote the script? I don't know, but we're all acting a script that is never ending. And that a lot is an inspiration. Because I remember sometimes I was at Calgary Stampede and I look around and I was watching people. I was working there as a supervisor for the Triple B stand. And so my work is I manage, a place with a capacity of 1,800 people. So I have different individuals working that report to me. So I oversee their daily activities. And so at times I'm looking around and I'm seeing people doing things and I'm laughing, And many a times while I was at Calgary Stampede, I've written movie scripts about things happening. I've developed concept stories by me looking at different scenarios played out in the open by people. So we are all, acting a script that is never ending. Now your script ends when you probably, get to the grave. And the good thing is that your legacy continue playing in people's mind. Whether you have done good thing or bad thing, your legacy lives beyond you. And it's also part of the script that people start telling the story and making reference to. Like Mandela. Nelson Mandela is long gone, he's dead. But his story is being told over and over again based on the legacy that he has lived, based on the lifestyle. Michael Jackson, it's a legend. In his lifetime, it was a living legend, and even in his death, it's still a legend.
Even after being tried to tarnish his reputation.
So his story is being told over and over again. Just this morning, I was looking on Twitter, and some folks were saying, "Oh, what is happening to Paris, to Blanket, to all his children, blah blah blah." Now the man is long gone, but his story keeps coming back. So he has left a legacy, and is part of the script that is never ending, and that is human for you. So I get inspiration from human beings, from Homo sapiens. Let me use the word Homo sapiens because we're all part of a script that we are acting on a global stage, performing every day as life, events, unfolds, and we're performing a script that is never ending. And from there, I get inspiration to do things.
Very well said. Great.
Thank you.
So, here's my next question to you. If you could change anything about yourself, what would that be?
I don't want to change anything about myself. I'm just fearfully and wonderfully made, and I delight so much in it. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm perfect for my stature, my color. Anybody that is taller than me is too tall. Anybody that is too shorter than me is too short. Anybody that is blacker than me is too black. Anybody that has longer fingers than my fingers, they are too long. That means I'm perfect for me. I'm just like good for myself. I'm good.
Great. All right. And here's my next question to you. If you had a superpower, what would that be?
That would be a power to be anywhere at any time. Like I said, we have the power of imagination to see ourselves in places that we've never been to. Like you're watching a movie about, I love Taj Mahal.
Have you been there?
I haven't been to India. That's another place I need to, I've not been to India. And it's a place I love to be. But you know what? I have imagined myself in front of Taj Mahal through imagination. Because I've seen Taj Mahal in different, Bollywood movies, in news and all of that. So if I have the power, like a superpower, I would love to be able to appear somewhere and disappear and appear somewhere and disappear. Today I can be in London now. Next time I'm being New York. Next time I'm in Afghanistan. Next time I'm being in Egypt, by the Pyramid of Giza. Next time I'm in Lisbon. Everywhere. So that is, if I have a superpower, I love to be able to be anywhere at any time.
Awesome. I think you are that. You are that, and you are there.
Through my imagination, I'm getting there.
Yes, yeah. Let me quickly check our time here. I have one last question. Yeah, we have 6 more minutes left. And my last question to you is that where our viewers can view your work. Do you have a website? Do you have pages? Let us know.
Okay, so for Ethnik Festivals, there is we've got a website called ethnicfestivals.com. Ethnic with K, ethnic with K, ETHNIK, Festivals.com. So all information, we're actually working on the website. We're going to update the website, in a few weeks' time. But, you can see all the information about the ethnic festivals we had in 2020. And also my YouTube channel, Lanre Ajayi. Just search for Lanre Ajayi. You're going to see all the stories, all the storytelling projects I've been doing. And also on Instagram, Lanre Ajayi 1 on Instagram. On Twitter, Lanre Ajayi 11 on Twitter. And also I'm on Periscope. I'm on Facebook as Facebook. I'm on Twitch. I'm all social media platform. I'm on LinkedIn. Search for Lanre Ajayi. You're gonna see me there. So, but for me, on YouTube, you get a lot of content that I've uploaded, and I'm still uploading. Each week, you're gonna see some new content on my YouTube channel, Lanre Ajayi. You're gonna see that, and also on the website.
Awesome. Great. Well, I had a very good time talking to you. I really enjoyed this conversation. I just wanted to thank you again for accepting our invitation and giving us your time and being here this morning. If you have any other last words you would like to share, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say this, that Tara, you're doing an amazing job. You are doing this to create that platform for people to come and share their story, what it's important to them, and it's a testament to what I used to say on my show that you can either be your brother's keeper or your brother's killer. You can't stand on the fence. If you are killing your brother, that means you're doing something to your community. You're doing something bad to your community. But if you're keeping your brother, that means you're supporting their dream. So what you're doing is keeping your brothers, supporting someone else's dream, giving an opportunity for people to come and share life experiences, because in that, people get some form of encouragement to know what to do, how to do, and when to do it. So you can either be your brother's keeper or your brother's killer.
I'm the keeper.
Thank you. I'm keeper as well.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much for your great feedback. I really appreciate it. I guess we're just going to end this live. Thank you, everyone who joined us. I know lots of people popped in and out, and some people are still sending us hearts. Thank you so much to all viewers. Just going to end our today conversation with just this music from Shadow Play. It calls African Tango.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. Of 2 minutes, I'm just gonna let it, and then we just say goodbye.
Yeah. A very local musician.
Pardon me?
Are they local artists?
Yes, this is a Calgary band called Shadow Play.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll send you the information.
Thank you for having me today.
All right. Bye.